I beg my country people, we'll talk about the role of judiciary for our democracy in Nigeria. What would they so? But that would not mean say we no go talk on other things will affect us as a people. Today, they say pikin wey ask question, no go take for bus stop. If you get elderly person, you suppose dey wise. Now I make this our program sometimes. We dey bring people we dey far, wey don go school well, wey dey positioned for some kind places. Make dem come talk to us. And in case we don't forget, make we remember. Now make me say no, ma bring Dr. Tony AGBONS, may come talk to us again on this topic, the role of judiciary for our democracy. Nigeria, I don't know whether I'm there online now. Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother. I dey with you now, full time. I dey here. How na dey? Chuka.
Okay, you say now we dey well, we dey well. Only say man, I don't understand though, but we go talk about everything. Yesterday we do election for some states. You understand? Governorship and House of Assembly elections for some states for Nigeria. And some weeks ago we do presidential and National Assembly elections. Before now, you don't see some elections we don't do for Nigeria, and this last one we do now. The ones we don't do before and the ones we do what they do now. You see any difference for these two sets of elections?
My two brothers agreed to now.
Thank you, Oga.
Thank you.
Oga Chuka.
Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my boss.
So, my brother Ekanem, the question you asked, very good. We don't do two elections now, this month of March.
Yeah.
Recently, I mean, February 25, we do the presidential.
National Assembly.
National Assembly. That is the House of Rep and
Senate.
And the Senate. So yesterday, now we do the governorship for 20 states for Nigeria and House of Assembly. I think over 900 seats. I don't remember the number we journal where we do yesterday. So if you look at the two elections, my brother, now the more you look, the less you see. Nigeria will get a long way to go, and I'm sure now I make hearing this topic of the role of judiciary to sort this matter. It is very, very unfortunate. Say now judiciary now can they decide, now go decide who win election. It's not supposed to be like that. Election supposed to be decided from the polling unit, but Nigeria own will not be like that.
If you check, Nigeria with our democracy, they say it's still they grow. Our democracy still they grow. For our level now, what thing we suppose, since you say our elections, they're supposed to decide them from polling units, and so it not be like that now. Where we get this thing wrong, now the manpower have been at the kind of device so we they choose to use. Because if you check well, before we know they use any device, later we call they use card reader. Then now we call they use beavers. Now say our technology never right reach, or we just do trial and error to get this thing right.
My brother, now the human attitude we will get, our bad mind, the bad mind of the Nigerian political elite and some Nigerian people, we want to just they collect bribe, they corrupt. Like you talk before, we will just count people for election. Remember MKO Abiola and
option A4.
Election. No, A4. In fact, that the first election when we vote, all of us just queue, they just count us, then they write the number. So, but you discover say for Nigeria election, they go they inflate numbers, they go just the 2,000. So who not supposed to get there, go get there. So we can't they use card reader for the other election. Who they do things? People they see they manipulate figures, they manufacture figures. So, but this particular election now, government can say the good way we use this BVAS, this bimodal voter accreditation system. Everybody can they appeal, all of us they jump up and down, say finally technology go help us. Not the way we they use our bank account, they send money, not the loss. Can't say everything will be okay. But what you can see now for the February 25 election, they not can transmit election result with that BVAS to IREF, which is the INEC result viewing portal. They not use them, but they use them for House of Rep. They use them for Senate. So now be the wahala wey dey ground. Then yesterday election for the governorship, the level of violence, ballot box snatching, intimidation, inducement, vote buying. My brother, it's too much. It just be like say our country we dey for 1930. Improvement no there. Our democracy not dey involve, but e no dey grow. If I even write something during the week. I call am democracy. The whole place, insanity, impunity. Now we dey.
Well, doctor, thank you for, but that we know say I not fit teach you history or teach you anything as it stands. But for my own observations too, I dey look at our politics. Our politics, we could look at the history of our politics. We could look how it don't come up since before now. I don't need to tell you those ones, but I think, say, man, the people too get their own role. Of course, just like you talk human factor. If you talk about the human factor, it not be from one side. It be from both ends. So if you want to check both ends, every polling unit in a constituency. Now it be and people now man that constituency, either politically, because like I used to talk, you get people will be the politicians and you get electorate. Politicians they amongst the electorate. So that I feel say well, the amount of influence when both parties get for each other now make up every election and make up every polling unit. That's why they talk about. What about the issue of we'll get right for constituency? Apart from the presidential election, where I think say the issue of ethnicity, religion, and other things, we would think say fit don't understand. But other elections will go down now. It's supposed to relate with the states, relate with the individuals, relate with the constituency. What do you think about that constituency thing and the people who did that constituency?
Oga Chuka, you did correct. If you look at the constituency level, I know what you talk on the world, local government, and all that. I think wahala not too dey that one. Like I talk for my talk just now, for the February election, what we even do, the House of Rep, we can say they use that technology take transmitter to INEC portal. Senate they use the technology, so those one no get problem. You even see say one keke na pepe rider even win election. So because that election the vote counts because the team as people vote finish then send them. You see this election we will do so if not be say the bad mind of our people say human factor no enter. All of us supposed to dey dance now they happy. We dey congratulate those wey win and those wey not win we go say he who person wey fight now he live to fight another day. So that's how it's supposed to be. But now because of all the mago wey happen on the 25th of February especially for that presidency even affect yesterday election. I tell you my brother, by the time they go dey announce governorship now, some people go win governor with 90,000 votes in a state of millions of people.
But you know if you exceed your the total voting registration now.
No, I think that the one way you vote the power party, there was a lot of voter party yesterday all across the 28 states.
But as you say, so those issue of voter party and of course vote buying and other things we talk about, you know, think those things are part of our political system prior up to now, and of course we never fit get over them in spite of the institutions and everything enforcement when we got around.
Now part of it, and those are the things where we try to say we're not supposed to see they get all those people they change results, they use TPEX, they clean up, they do people they snatch balls. We're not supposed to get that by now because like Ekanem talk just now, our democracy supposed don't grow. 24 years of democracy, became where them born for 1999. My brother, some say if you don't they ready to marry now, they go don't even if the one way maybe strike no day for university. Some of them go don't nearly they graduate, some go don't graduate self.
Yes.
So me not expect say this our election go dey very bad like this, they go dey poor like this. Say all the things we they see for TV. Now be media people, now know all these things now. So we not they happy. We dey shame. So, like some of us wey dey outside Nigeria. Even today as I go church, some of my Oyibo friends they say, wetin dey happen for Nigeria? They see all these things for TV. People go dey snatch ballot box. People go dey blood go dey flow for people body. People go
but hope say you not deny say you no be Nigerian no. Hope say you not deny say you no be Nigerian.
They already know you now.
When we check one other part, because they say judiciary now be the last hope of the common man.
Not true.
But with this, when this election they go now, you now when they check, you know, in a scholar you be, you do research well for things. You see and say the feel wrong go judiciary, they will go get justice with the way it be like this.
My brother, I get the hope. Say our judiciary, then go do their best, because like you talking just now, judiciary is the last hope of the common man. Not be so with the talker. And we also dey talk and say the will of justice na small na dey grind. So me I get the belief say Nigerian judiciary no perfect system. They go do their best, and I believe say na them go sort out this election wahala wey dey ground. So but you know for judiciary na evidence wey you bring na you go take promote your case. So
yeah.
So, make I believe say the judiciary will do their best. Nigerian judiciary they try before. Although some bad eggs also dey, but I believe they go use their impartiality do the right. You see the way they handle the Naira redesign issue.
Yeah.
So I believe say they will do their best.
Another thing where they involve for this matter, when we look at our educational sector, because if you check, when we start this program and they talk about say filling station go get fuel, but they go decide not to sell to people who get motor. They go choose to sell them to black marketers. So we go they carry gallon the front of their filling station to sell as black markets. What thing they wrong with our educational system? Because maybe only the person go school come out. Now you go get some kind of things. Shame. You get some kind of things with the person shame. Like you know, I say that you see people for church today that they talk to you. If not me, I for dodge, I for not go church today. The guy you for take do. What thing dey happen to our educational system for Nigeria? How you fit rate them compared to other parts of the world? What be our problem?
My brother, make I tell you something. My late grandmother, they always tell me something when I small. He say, not be everybody will go school, nice school, pass school. Some people just they educated for letters, but they are not educated. We have a lot of uneducated illiterate for our society for Nigeria. So what I mean by this one, the way Nigerian society be, now survival of the fittest. The country, I don't want to use this na national television, so I don't want to use some bad language. The country can almost be like jungle as we dey go so, because people don't they lose their sense of value, and because of this failure of leadership, you know, because now as leadership be, and so followers they be. Me not believe say Nigerians are very bad people. They are not. But when people they try to survive, that's why you go see like first you go get petrol for filling station, you go sell to black market. If you want make money, POS, you go say may you use 2,000 naira, they collect 5,000 naira. People just they. So now it can't be like Animal Farm. I don't know whether you remember that book we read for.
We read that now. We not read Animal Farm for the Polola here.
Thank you. You join. All of us read that book that time. So that's what Nigeria can't be now. So everybody they match everybody. Everybody wants to survive. So people don't know their brother, they don't know their mother, they don't know their father. So everybody wants grab. Make I grab my own, make I take my own. Now make our society be as it be. So because we know they do things right. Everybody they do what you like. There is greed, there is mediocrity, there is intimidation. Who you feel oppressed, you go oppress and just chop your own. My brother, the situation, find ourselves.
Doctor, now my last question observation, of course, we know so where you did now. I know where you for the talk to us, of course, from America, where they call us.
United Nations.
UK. Okay, you did UK. But at the same time, the same thing. Those ones are not even doing right because now they colonize us as it stands. Of course, I talk many times, say our independence 1960. We don't get them since 1960. we will not feel they ask question, go back again. But at times we dey ask question. But the point is, for that place, for the last American election, we see some kind of irregularities they did. So the difference between our own irregularities and their own and an issue of ballot snatching with the things we pronounce. But for every election, we know, like the way they say, things they always, one or two things they always go down concerning election. What do you think about that kind of talk? And of course, concerning elections for America, of course, even UK, and of course other places like as Nigeria here.
My brother, I know say you remember that drink where we drink before. I don't know whether it's still there, 7-Up. The difference between our own elections and America own, even though America has some problems recently, not be the same at all. The difference is very clear. Our own, we never start at all. Many of us think say this 2023 election we go take sure ourselves say we ready. You know, see the report where international observers give say this our election not even meet the minimum standard.
But we don't get everything. We don't get anything on ground before now. Like the technology,
we not get anything. Go put
the technology. We go they talk about the beavers and other things. We know. I talk and we do many. We will be journalists. We don't even checkmate all those things prior to now. You know, say since when they make phone the year 1919 2000 when Obasanjo bring phone for us. At times I go make call here. I go call Papo.
Your phone.
I go talk. I go talk. 2 minutes.
No, your phone.
I no go hear myself. They'll say na network. They'll come on my money join itself. You know fish out.
Doctor, now say we never reach this level of technology. Now we go
because maybe our difference between them and us and them.
My brother took Ekanem. Not be say we never reach technology. Sometimes around the network, they make call here, go see cut come on. It happen everywhere.
They come on your money too.
Although I know say Nigeria technology for mobile phone and internet, we are growing. This not be internet problem.
Not be connection. Not be network.
My brother, let me learn for effort. The problem where we dey get for Nigeria now the human factor, the one where they call Nigerian factor. Look, Nigeria, it dey happen. Nigeria, we dey bastardize everything. We dey look. Wetin we never bastardize. Our NTA work. Nigeria Airways work. Our university.
No, NTA still do.
Wait, no, NTA dey do government speech.
Now any government in power. So what anything for Nigeria, we get how we change. See democracy now, we don't make am turn to kleptocracy, where people no they count. They just allocate them as they want. Then go sort security people. People go they snatch ballot box. Security men go look away. People go they buy vote. Police go look away. My brother, I say the thing na animal farm now we dey now. And God now to help Nigeria.
But as it be like this now, if there's something you advise the person who don't be our president-elect now waiting, you go want concentrate. They do. I'm not sure say that they out of place for me to ask you because for now court never decide. Now he still be our president-elect, Jagaban. Which fact, I ask you, what you go suggest for us? Say as you dey enter now here you suppose they pull eye to make sure say you work for our country, Nigeria.
My brother, no vex so because my belly dey boil me as I sit down here so.
No, doctor, no allow your belly boil me. Nigeria na our own. Even as you dey UK so.
If you want build house, Oga Chuka, if you want build house, not be from roof then they start.
Okay.
I no fit give that advice because we never start the foundation. Okay, so this election where they talk where Jagaban they pronounce as winner, so we never dey sure say he really winner.
Okay.
And many Nigerians not dey happy with the Omango and the Wayo way dey this electoral process. So until that is done, many of us we know fit begin give advice because you don't start building a house from the roof and for foundation that they start.
Doctor,
but one thing, doctor, they say like I used to talk for we talk. Now wetin you get, you go take work. Anybody will become president before for Nigeria or become wetin you get on ground now you go take work. With wetin we get, say anybody get the magic to bring that thing come Stanley do the magic for us as a government, doctor.
believe say the problem of Nigeria say they insurmountable. Say government for Nigeria no go fit work. The only thing we need to do now to remove that Nigerian factor who they always say spoil things. So just look this election now, say we do it properly. Say INEC transmit as they talk, as they promise. Any winner we they declare, should be all of us
okay.
Say, next 4 years. But you know go beat Pikin, tell and say make you no cry. It no go happen. Then make body the pepper everybody. But as una put this topic, make we wait, make the judiciary do
their work.
Because the temple of justice, that person they cry, they go. And then the judiciary, which is one of the arms of government, like the executive, legislature, and the judiciary might be the last hope of the common man. So Nigerians put their hope now for the judiciary hand. Make we see what they go do.
That no mean say we not get swearing in May 29.
The swearing day. But doctor, before I let you go, if you see the way people been take carry this Labour Party for presidency, we can't expect say for the governorship they go just win everywhere. You understand? But yesterday we can't say like Anambra State, we can't say party like ABGA. Just they give them like four. Just they give them the gap where ABGA take give Labour Party long well.
I never announced everything.
No, now, but they say a polling unit they send their own go out now. You understand? And some other parties and some other states like that. How you see say how we will take make sure say parties get structures all around Nigeria for units, local governments and states before the next election when it comes. So
I think if to be honest, when you even look like Labour Party, we give them hands because up to about 9 months ago, anybody know Labour Party?
Nobody know them.
Nobody know Labour Party. So now when Peter Obi come go there, everything come ginger up. So me, I go even congratulate them, then try. And I know many of us don't even expect they will even get as much as they get for House of Rep and Senate. And they don't get about 30 something put together. So now good start, and some other small party also get. So, and that now what they talk. That thing happened because those elections they were transmitted electronically. So there is hope. Even for the governorship, Labour Party not even get governorship candidate for some state for Nigeria. I think they had about 12 or 14 states, and probably they will get some out of it. So the democracy will grow like that. But not just make we do things right. Make we they follow our own guideline where we put for grant as INEC the top. We say they do all those things. Everybody go they happy now, but they not do them. But it is what it is. This show must continue.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dr. Tony OSAKPAMWAN AGBONS. I hope I pronounce it well.
Yeah, you try well. You pronounce them well.
Thank you, doctor.
Our doctor be that in a researcher in base for the United Kingdom, and he don't give us his own advice. And we're going to get our advice of Nigerians from everywhere in the world because we need them like this to make Nigeria better. Chikabi?
Yes, sir.